I thought that was going to be the fight. I know that he was offered Gamrot, who he's lost to, and he turned that fight down. Um, and Gamrot's like obviously someone just ranked outside of me and someone that I've beaten. So I knew between like he didn't want to fight Gamrot because Gamrot was ranked so low and coming off a loss. Um, and so I knew that between me and Arman Tsarukyan, that absolutely no one wants to fight the guy. I know that no one wants to take that risk. I knew that some of the bigger name guys, because now they have a reason to avoid him as well. Like everyone does have a reason to avoid him with the weight miss and things like that. There'll be a lot of like now the champion has an excuse to not fight the guy, and like a legitimate excuse in that the UFC and you put so much time into something and then a guy pulls out. At the weight cut is a legitimate excuse for a champion in the UFC to not put you into a big fight. I knew that he had to fight to get back into title contention, so I knew that this fight I would be the only person that would want the most difficult fight. I don't discredit the other guys for picking their battles and trying to find the most least path of resistance, but that's just not the way that I do things. I think that he's the toughest test. I think he's the best fighter in the division, and so that's the way that I want to go. I want to go the hardest way. Like Tsarukyan's he is the number one contender. He's the number one contender that has to prove himself to get back in the mix. That's why I wanted to fight him because I know that I know if I go in there with Arman Tsarukyan as your last win on a 4-fight win streak, then I know that beating him, the title shot is guaranteed, and which the boss reinforced. Obviously, there was what was it? Charles Oliveira was without an opponent. And then everyone's like asking why I didn't jump into that because I feel like I beat Charles Oliveira. I'm still not head and shoulders the next guy in line. I feel like there's still questions to answer. I feel like beating Arman Tsarukyan answers all of the questions, and it's without a doubt. And yeah, the boss seconds that, and he agrees. So it's very exciting times.
Now, so what about the relationship between you two, for lack of a better word? Because we saw the tweets over the past year or so, and then I saw you doing an interview with Submission Radio saying, like, if you guys get close, this is going to pop off beforehand. So is that a real, like, do they need to be very careful here? Because obviously you guys want to get paid, you want to have the fight. If you fight beforehand, it may not happen.
Yeah, obviously there's bad blood. I feel like he's come in and been pretty like since he first came into the UFC, he's just kind of discredited me as a fighter and things that I've done, and that's his own opinion. But and there's just been back and forth over the years, and so I'd love to get in there and fight him. It's just things that he's done in the past. You know, he's just like a lippy little rich kid that's had everything handed to him in his life, and he thinks he can go around and like it's like I'm just saying if there's a repeat, like there's a video of him walking up on Bobby Green and like getting in his face like before the fight, and obviously he doesn't need the money from these UFC fights. You know what I mean? He does this for attention and Instagram likes. Like he doesn't fight to feed his family. Like I fight to provide for my family. Bobby Green provides for his family through fighting. So him coming up in his face, obviously Bobby Green's not going to lash out and he's going to keep it professional. I'm just saying if he walks up on me like he walked up on Bobby Green, the fight is cancelled and the UFC has been full. I might actually write that in my contract.
Do you think that is something that kind of works against them? Like if you have to, if you need to win, you need to fight to provide for your family as opposed to not, as you say. Do you think that means you have a lesser edge if you're on that side of the equation?
Not the way the sport is now. I don't think the sport Yeah, I don't think the way the sport is designed now, I don't think it was what it used to be. I think now, like you can see that. Like I come up from nothing. We were training with nothing, training with no equipment. When I first started coming up in here, we had no UFC fighters from training out of New Zealand in the UFC. Now you can, like he can get the best nutritionist. His daddy can pay for the best strength and conditioning coach and fly him to. Bro, I've seen some of him come out and say that he spent. Oh, he had to pull out. He's like, yeah, I spent 100K on training camp. It's like, bro, what? Who has it? Like he flies in sparring partners and coaches. Like he should win the amount of money that he puts into these things. Like, bro, I drive 5 minutes down the road and go up to City Kickboxing and punch my mates in. Um, yeah, the sport is it shows that it's like a true testament as to how far the sport has come. That just essentially rich little daddy's boys can reach the pinnacle of the sport.
So he says a lot of brothers are coming.
Ooh, fuck! I've never been jumped before, but who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I've had my ass beat more times than you've had hot dinners, brother. You think that scares me in any way, shape, or form? You're off your head.
You got some pretty tough brothers on your side as well, just for the record.
I got some pretty tough brothers, but I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, brother. I'm not that guy. I've heard him as well. I'm not that guy. I don't go get no one in my life. I don't. You beat me up. I'm not gonna go get anyone else to come and sort it out. I'm not gonna hide behind anyone. I don't need brothers. I have brothers, but I'm not that guy. I don't go and get people. If I got a problem with someone, I'll come around your house and sort it out myself. I'm not. I don't send anyone to go and do my dirty work, brother. I saw what he said as well. He's like, if we just go in a room without bodyguards and cameramen, brother, I don't have bodyguards and cameramen, and I've never hired a bodyguard or a camera. That's how out of touch the skid is. That he just thinks that life comes with bodyguards and cameramen. I've never had a bodyguard in my life, brother. Obviously, there's UFC security guards standing around and stuff like that, but get real. We got 25 minutes. You're right. We got 25 minutes, and I cannot wait for it, my friend. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the look on your face.
Have you ever felt this way about an opponent before?
I hate everyone. Yeah, of course, it doesn't matter. You could be my best mate. You could be my worst enemy. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. When you lock that door, it makes no shit of a difference. I think I'm the better fighter, and I can't wait to prove it.
When I also asked him about how the fight was going to play out, he predicted a knockout, which is fine. But then he said, you better practice your wrestling. And so I'm wondering, which one do you believe more? Do you think it's going to be a wrestle fest, so to speak? Do you think he's going to try to continuously take you down, sort of like what we saw with Khamzat and his game plan against DDP? Or do you think he's actually going to try to knock you out, stand and trade with you?
He's pretty well rounded. Like I'm sure if he's yeah, he's pretty well rounded. He can go anywhere. I think skill for skill, I feel like he is the best fighter in that division. He's just a bit boring. But technically, skill for skill, he is a good fighter. Yeah, wherever the fight goes, I'm excited to wrestle with him. I feel like, obviously, I feel like I have an advantage if it stays on the feet. I feel like I do have an advantage. Anyone can get knocked out in the sport, but I definitely have an advantage if the fight stays striking. But yeah, I feel like I've been improving my wrestling a lot over the last couple of years, and I'm excited to get out there and get into some scrambles and wrestle him. If he wants to wrestle, he's going to make himself tired. That's that's all I can say. I would love it if he did wrestle, but he's going to just make himself tired. That's all that's going to happen. I think I definitely know how it'll be play out. I'm just excited to go everywhere with it. I'm excited. I don't really have to prove anything to anyone. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited I'm excited to take it from him. I'm excited to take the fight. I'm not avoiding I'm not avoiding any aspect of this fight, whether it's on the ground or in the wrestle or on the feet. I'm willing to take it anywhere with him. I just genuinely think that I'm a better fighter than he is, and I'm excited to prove it.